first half that you had, and there's missed chances as well when you think about that one just before halftime. Then you go on, for a lack of a better word, to bottle it. What do you think happened in the second half?
Look, I just feel that number one, you've got to take your chances. I mean, how many teams in the last 3 matches of Sundowns have scored against Sundowns? You go back to Richards Bay, you go back to Amazulu, you go back to Stellies. None of them could score. And we created a number of opportunities to score. But you see, in football, it's easy to teach new things. But to get rid of the bad habits, that's where the challenge comes in. This is a team, if you go and look at the stats, it has conceded the most goals from outside the box. Because they play very deep, they play within their box. So we worked on this very, very hard. And first up, you could see that it was very, very tight. We took control of the defense of the midfield and were creating chances. But second half, for some reason or other, they go drop and go sit in the box and invite the Sundowns to come. I mean, my voice is almost gone. You cannot invite teams like Sundowns. You cannot give them space. You don't man mark, but you go tight and you mark the nearest line and you go and you put pressure on the ball. The second half there was very little pressure on the ball, except for periodic stages. But I still believe that it's work in progress. If the boys continue with what they did in the first half, I think things are going to turn around very, very soon. So it's just unfortunate. I mean, this is the best team in the country. And the performance in the first half was just unbelievable. But second half, Sundowns made changes, they started making changes, the boys started panicking, they started dropping deep. And it's one habit that I just need to get out of them, not to have a low block and defend in their box. That is the biggest challenge we have at the moment.
You do realize just how big 3 points is, because when you were leading, you were already outside of the relegation zone, and you couldn't even secure points that would have helped you to close in on your fellow relegation fighters.
100%. You spot on. It just takes the one win, and it takes the boys are playing with a lot of pressure. It's obvious when you're down there's a lot of pressure, and these boys are fighting to get out there, and they're putting too much pressure on themselves. I think if we can just work hard and continue with what we did in the first half, putting pressure on the ball, wherever the ball is, trying to put pressure on the ball. I think we're on the right track so far. Maybe to strengthen 1 or 2 positions. I think we'll start making a very good impression in the league.
Coach, do you think you could have wrapped up this game in that first half, because you were a better team in that first half?
Most definitely. I mean, the opportunities we got. You see, they were chasing that one goal, and it left them vulnerable at the back. And that's when you pounce on them and you get the second one, because now they are vulnerable, they're attacking too much. And their defense, with 67s, once Makubu goes, once Kedi goes, once Kakora goes in there. I mean, there were crosses. If we just followed on those crosses, they'd been good. So I agree with you. We could have wrapped it up. We get 2-0, we close shop, but we don't defend deep, because that's what they want. They want you to defend deep, and that was the biggest mistake in the second half. I mean, my voice is almost gone, because you tell the guys push up. For some reason, they just back up. They just panic and back up.
Vandella's training and getting into the team is weak range today. That just justified you making him come back.
Unbelievable. I think he's a match winner. It was not his best game today. You've got to understand he hasn't played for some time now. He's been on the bench in the last 6 games so it takes a player 1 or 2 matches to get in. And I'm sure he's going to be an invaluable asset to this team, for this coming season.
Coach, what positives do you take from this match, and what areas of concern are you willing to correct in the next game?
I think the positives we take is that we created opportunities to score against one of the best clubs in South Africa. We took control of the first half. I think we were unbelievable first half. Unfortunately, second half, that's where, for some reason or other, we just started defending.
Do you think there was a difference between the previous performance and today's performance, especially with what you saw in the first half?
Oh, against honest, against GS Galaxy, I think we couldn't come out of their half. Against Amazulu, there was nothing special. But I thought the performance today was the best performance since I've been here, apart from second half when we started dropping.
Coach, can you just tell us if you player or sign
No, I think that's a matter of the management to release who's been signed and who's not been signed. I don't want to get involved. My job is to coach and to make sure the team gets out of it. But there have been signings. I think the signings that were obvious there was Freddy Fandalo. I think it was never Mamelodi. Sibanyoni. I'm not sure about Sibanyoni yet. So there are some few players that are coming in. They have to be finalized by management. So I think management can give you more information. I focus on getting the team right.
And are they aligning to exactly what you want?
100%. You need players who can come and put fire into the team, to add fire. I think that's what we need. We need to take the pressure off Mapuvu. I think we're getting the right. It's very, very good understanding between Mapuvu and Sundowns. So I think that is taking a lot of players off him. So I think we're on the right track. The players that have been signed are definitely going to add value. As I said, just one or two positions and management is working overtime on that.